£470 a week for their care home, but these extra costs won't count towards the so-called cap. People will also rightly have to contribute towards their hotel and accommodation costs. The government is setting this contribution at £230 a week, much higher than Andrew Dilnot recommended, and these costs won't count towards the cap either. When both these factors are taken into account, it will take elderly people almost 5 years on average to hit the so-called
value of the IT assets which have had to be written down as a result of ineffectualness. As he's confirmed today that these have all been implemented, can he tell us what that value is as a result of his own impairment review?
In the statement about the energy companies, the government does not seem to be prepared to stand up to people who are particularly vulnerable and who need support.
Yeah. Madam Deputy Speaker, I certainly hope that collectively this House can send a strong message to the industry.
Isn't it a fact that the economy will have to grow by 1.5% every quarter to make up for the lack of growth that we've had since 2010?
And I think this is the members opposite see what they regard as green shoots.
Those figures in terms of the reduction of unemployment, but could the Secretary of State tell me what the implications are for the targets on sanctions, inappropriate sanctions, on job seeker allowance claimants? This is a real issue and it needs to be addressed. It's distorting the JSA figures.
A very quick answer: there are no targets.
I'm very grateful to my honourable friend for giving way, since the Minister obviously, after several attempts, refused point blank to let me intervene. But I just wanted to ask my honourable friend, if he would agree that the employment rate is still lower now than it was in 2008. So for all the government benches would like to claim that we're on the road to recover, it is lower. The employment rate is lower than 2008.
I entirely agree, and I think my honourable friend makes a very telling point. I mean, it's been the one area where I think we could
tell us how much wages have fallen in real terms since his government came to power.
What I will tell the honourable lady is that it is particularly nauseating to listen to Labour members talk.
But where are we? This debate is about living standards. Where are we? And we can talk about incomes, but the income isn't the only aspect of a living standard.
Abrahams.
Given that 2 women a week die at the hands of their partner or ex-partner, and very alarmingly, that 50% of young men and 43% of young women feel that it's acceptable for their male partners to be aggressive towards them. This needs collective action. So what in particular is the Home Secretary doing in conjunction with the Education Secretary about the introduction of compulsory relationship and sex education, not just in the secondary maintained sector, but also in the primary and secondary sector?
The honourable lady is absolutely right to point to the appalling figures of the
worth of donations from private healthcare companies resulted in £1.5 billion worth of NHS contracts for those companies, and that the private supper arrangements have resulted with the Tory party have resulted in donations of £1.5 million to the Conservative Party. Can we find out can we have a statement from the Leader of the House who these anonymous donors are and what exactly it's paid for?
I'm afraid the honourable lady is completely